I'm going to be talking about data visualization and storytelling. So, okay. Okay. Sorry, loading. Okay. So this session is going to be about data visualization and storytelling. Um, so data visualization is both an art and a science, and it is an art because you need um, you need to be creative. You require creativity to be able to make like effective visualizations. And then it's also a science because we need like some scientific steps to be able to make charts and to be able to interpret the charts. So to make a good visualization, you need to be able to master both arts and science. So there's a quote by Ben Schneiderman, who is a data visualization pioneer. And he says that the purpose of visualization is insight and not pictures. That means that the whole point of visualization is not just about like making charts, like turning your data into charts. It's about making sure that your audience um understands like charts like me. So there's something called visual encoding, and the purpose of visual encoding is to assign visual attributes like color or shape to different types of data. Now, if you have a chart like this, and then the purpose of this chart was to help your audience to identify the fourth sequence in the fourth consecutive sequence in the letters. If you present this type of visualization, it's difficult for them to understand because everything is just there. There's no particular order, there's nothing in particular that you're showing. But if you present something like this, it will be easier for them to understand because you've already highlighted for them fourth, the fourth letters, and then the other letters are like they're in a they're in a less visible color. So it will be more prominent for them to see and to understand. Now, pre-attentive attributes in visualization. So these are properties that takes the human brain like little amount of time to understand without using a lot of effort. So designers need to make use of these properties to make it easier for their audience to understand. And there are four major pre-attentive attributes. You have color, form, movement, and spatial positioning. Now, under these four, you have various ones like these ones. You have color, hue, orientation, texture, position, and alignment. You have color brightness, color saturation, size, and shape. Now, if you can look at this picture very well, you can see that like it is so easy for you to like see, like it doesn't take time for you to see what you're meant to be seeing. So like changing each of these attributes makes it like very easy for your audience to understand what they want to understand. You also have some other ones like these ones. You have orientation and collinearity, curvature, length, width, added marks, and numerosity. So the main purpose of like visualization is to make sure that your audience is able to see what you want them to see before they even realize that they have seen it. So some good ethics for data visualization. One, start with the zero baseline. If you can see the chart on the left hand side, they're starting at 10 and going up to 24% of about 24%. And it makes it look like the first bar, that's oxycodone, has like a larger difference between the second bar, which in reality is not so. But by the time you plot it on another graph that starts at zero, like the one on the right hand side, you can see that the difference is actually not that much. So it's always good to start with the zero baseline so you don't like confuse people that are looking at the visualization. Then inverting the axis can also be very misleading. Like if you see the graph on the left hand side, zero is at the top instead of it being at the bottom, which is the conventional way that it should be. So, okay, if you can look at the graph at the left, you can see there's a box that shows when a law was enacted in 2005. So the graph on the left makes it look like there was a decrease in the number of gun deaths after the law was enacted, but which was actually not the case. So plotting the graph in the proper way, like on the right hand side, makes it obvious that the gun deaths did not actually decrease, but they increased. So keep the chart sorted when necessary. This makes it more visually appealing to your audience, and it also makes it easier to like go through each bar in the chart. Then emphasize the most important data at the top left, because like when people read stuff, they read from the left to right and from top to bottom. So putting your data, like the most important data you want them to see first at the top left is always good. And always use the right charts, focus on your audience, keep your visualization simple. Next, we have cognitive load and clutter. So cognitive load is the amount of mental efforts that is required to interpret information. That's like the amount of brain power that you need to be able to interpret a particular information. So determining what needs to be in a visualization reduces the clutter. Clutter is like, you know what clutter is like when something is like disorganized or clustered together. So reducing the clutter minimizes the cognitive load of the reader for the visualization. That means that when you reduce the amount of things in a particular visualization, as you remove the unnecessary things, makes it way easier for the user to be able to interpret the information without using a lot of effort. So data storytelling, which is where I'm going to today. Storytelling is a powerful tool for communicating ideas. There's a quote that says that a story is 22 times more memorable than facts alone, which I'm sure most of us can relate to. Importance of stories. Stories improve comprehension and recall. That is when you use stories to pass across information, people will be able to understand better and remember better. Stories also invoke empathy and emotions. They engage more of the brain than just They engage more of the brain than presence. They invoke more of the brain than facts and figures. So in Tableau, a story is a sequence of visualizations that work together to convey information. So the whole point of the story is like you want to present something to you want to present something to your stakeholders. So you need to be able to like put everything you want to present to them in a sequential order for them to be able to understand. So it could be a collection of worksheets, like worksheets. We worked with worksheets yesterday or dashboards. We're going to be making dashboards today, and they should be arranged sequentially. Each individual sheet in a story is called a story point. When we get to the practical, we're going to see the story points. Best practices for creating stories. One, define the purpose of your story. Like the story should have a particular goal, a particular objective. You should be able to identify before you start. You should be able to identify the goals of the story before you even start doing anything. Like, what do you want to achieve? It could be like a it could be like a business proposal to stakeholders. So you should be able to like identify the main points, main purpose of your story before you start. And identify the key things you want to include in your story. List out just means listing out like what you want to be in your story, which particular chart, which particular dashboard, and things like that. Then arrange the story points sequentially. Everything should follow a sequential order, and then keep it simple because there's no point in making a complex visualization that nobody understands. So that's all. So we'll start the practical now. So please open Tableau. Or does anybody have any question?
No.
Okay. I'll share my screen. Thank you. Okay, so this is Tableau. So we're going to load in the data for today. So go to data source, then Microsoft Excel. Okay, the data we're using today is similar to the one Dr. Flavi used yesterday. The main difference is that this one is for yesterday's one was for Nigeria, this one is for USA. So you see sales targets and superstore data sets at the left. We're using the superstore data set. So just hold it and drag it to the place that shows drag tables here. Yeah, so it's going to load and you can go to the first sheet. Okay, so the first, we are going to make 4 worksheets, then 2 dashboards before we make a story. First sheet we are going to be making is like it's going to be a bar graph that shows like the sales each customer has generated for the company, and then we're going to also show like profits too that they have generated. So drag sales to column and customer name to add-on members. Then we can sort this paragraph. If you have any question, please just unmute yourself and ask. So I may not see the chat. Then we're going to, so this shows like the sales that each of the customers have made. And from this, we can see that this customer, the first one, Sean Miller, has generated the most sales for this company. So we're going to drag profit to color. And here we can see, okay, from this legend at the right hand side, you can see that those that make like negative profits, that's they don't actually generate profits for the company, they are presented with an orange color, and those that actually generate profit are represented with blue. So let's say like we're making this visualization for an audience, and like what we wanted to show was let's say we wanted to highlight to the audience the customers that are actually generating like a loss for the company. So to highlight that, using some of the things we talked about before, we can change the color of this and make those that are generating loss more prominent. So if you click on color here, you can edit the color. Tick the stepped color and reduce it to 2 instead of 5. Then we can click on this brown color. That side is for the people that are making loss. We can change it to red to make it more prominent. And we'll change this one to gray. Click on white here. Okay, so we have something like this. So this will give us something like this. And from here, we can already see that those that are generating a loss for the company are like more visible, will be more visible to the audience. So we can leave this like this. We can drag sales to detail so that to detail. Then click on label and show mark labels. So we can see the sales that each customer generated. So because we can also add like a currency symbol to the sales attribute. To do that, you have to right click on sales or click this drop down arrow. Click default properties, then number format. Then you can change the currency to standard. Okay, custom. So standard. Then look for United States. So it will be in dollars. So that will give us something like this. Another thing we can do is we can also rank each customer based on their sales. And to do that, we can right click on this sales under this marks card. Then click on quick table calculation and then click on rank. Then you have something like this. Like when you hover on each bar, you see rank of sales along table down. That's 2. So are you guys following?
Yes, very well.
So you can see rank of sales along table down. So that just ranks each customer based on the sales that they've generated for the company. Then we can also edit the tooltip. The tooltip is like this stuff that shows when you hover, you can edit it. I mean, it's not necessary, but let's just. So you can remove customer name, make this like 15, bold. You can remove this one also. So we have something like this. So then when you hover on each bar, you can see each customer's name now is bold and that looks nice. Then you can rename this worksheet. Right click on sheet 1 and click rename. So we can name it customer ranking. And if you saw that when we change the sheet name, it also changes like the name that is here too. But if you don't want it to be the same name, you can double click on this and change it to something else like customer rank. Yeah. So this is the first sheet that we're going to use. Then the next one is going to, next sheet is going to show the relationship between sales and profit for each customer. So we can drag sales to the column, drag profit to the rows, then disaggregate measures, click on analysis and uncheck this box. So we'll have something like this. Then you can also take customer name to detail and then drag profit ratio to column. Sorry, did you say something?
Yeah, like what are we doing for this next sheet?
Huh?
No, I don't know. The question for this next sheet.
I can't hear you, sorry.
The question for the next sheet.
Oh, I said like we're trying to show the relationship between sales and profits for each customer.
Okay.
Yeah, so to make the colors more pronounced, you can click on color, edit the colors, then click on advanced, click on the start and the end, and change this minus 2.75 to 0.5. So it shows like 50% profit and loss. So we have this. You can also change this profit ratio to a percentage. And we'll have to right click on profit ratio, default properties, number format, and click percentage. You can change it from 2 decimal places to 1 decimal place. So we have something like this. We can also use like squares for the scatter plot. This is the scatter plot. Use squares, we can use circle. We can increase the size of the circle. So this. Yeah, I think that's all. Then we can rename this sheet customer. So the next sheet is going to be a map that shows the sales made in each state and the discounts that was given on each sale. So we can drag longitude to the columns, latitude to rows, and state to details. So because this is meant to be a map for the United States, and then we're in Nigeria, I'm not going to show the map yet, but you can see that it's showing 49 unknowns at the bottom right. So if you click on that, you can then edit the locations, then change it from Nigeria to USA, and click on OK. So then it brings out the map now. Then we can, okay, so for this, we're going to create a calculated field. And how to do that is we're going to create a calculated field for discounts to show whether the discount that was given.
Sorry. How did you change the location? To USA, how do you change to USA?
Oh, you see 49 unknown values at the bottom right. So if you click on that, you can edit the locations, then change it from Nigeria to USA.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, we're going to create a calculated field for discounts to show whether the discounts that was given to the customers were high or low. So to do that, you can right click on discounts here. Click create, then click calculated field. So we'll name this calculated field discounts category. So the function I'm going to put here is if the sum of discounts is less than or equal to attribute discount, then else. Then end. Can you guys see the calculation?
Yes.
Okay. So after typing that, you can now click OK. So you can now see discounts category here. So we are going to drag the discounts category to color. Are you guys following?
Yes.
Sorry, I do not understand the calculation again. Sorry, try the calculation again.
The calculation is okay. Can you see it now?
Yes.
But you don't tell me. Do you want me to explain it or just show it?
Explain it, please.
Okay, like the calculation just says that if the discounts that was given to each customer, if the discount that was given is like it basically just trying to show if discounts that was given was high or if it was low. That's what the calculation is for.
Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Then we're going to drag the sales to detail. Okay, so we are going to drag the sum of sales to labels. So it can label the number of sales that was made in each state. And if we also drag profit to label, you can notice that like the states that had like huge sales. Huh? Were you saying something?
Okay, so like the states that had high discounts, they made loss too.
Yes, exactly. The sales that had a high discount, they made a loss for the company instead of a profit. We're going to remove the profit so it's not look too organized. Yeah, so that's all for this chart. Then for the last one, we're going to be doing it by region instead of by state. Okay, we're going to name this sheet discount discounted sales. Then the last sheet we're going to name it discounted region. Okay, so for this one, we also need the longitude and latitude. Then we'll drag the region to column. Then we'll also need to drag some of discount. Mm, okay. So if we drag city and state to details and drag the sum of the discounts to size, we get something like this. Then we can increase the size or something like this. We can also show the profit and the sales that was made in each region. So when you hover it over each circle, it shows you the city, the region, the state, the discount, profit and sales. Yeah, so this is the last sheet that we're going to be making. So next we're going to make a dashboard. Is everybody following so far?
Yeah.
The rest of you guys, are you following? Is any other person lost?
Is it possible to get the video after so I can practice?
Get the what?
The video of the presentation after.
Yeah, it's going to be put on the YouTube channel.
Okay.
Please, is everybody following?
Yes, ma. Very well, ma.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah.
those that came late, do you understand? As in for any charts at all?
I'm not saying anything.
Please continue.
We're following.
I'm following. All right.
So to make the dashboard, you just click on this 4-box icon that is here. So to give you a dashboard. So a dashboard is basically just like a collection of worksheets. But then like it's not good to like put too much charts on your dashboard because it just makes it look scattered and disorganized and you overload like the information. So this is the dashboard, this square here, this rectangle that is here. So we can change the size to fit into our screen. And to do that, you click on this drop down arrow here that says size, then change it from range to automatic. So that it automatically fits the size of whichever screen that is on. So this dashboard, we're going to be using the customer ranking and customer scatter plot charts. And if you can see under sheets, it shows you all the worksheets that we've already created here. So we can just drag the first one, that's customer ranking, into a place that says drop sheets here, that's here, and drop it here. Then we can take customer scatter plot to drop it here and drop it here, anywhere, but we'll drop it here. So it gives something like this. We can also add filters like to this like dashboard. But to do that, we have to go back to the customer ranking. Let's say we wanted to add like a filter for category. So we'll drag it to filters pane. You can select all of them and click OK. Then if you right click on this category now, you click on show filter so that the filter shows here. And because we want this filter to apply to like all the other worksheets that we've made, you can right click on this and click apply to worksheets. Then using this, no, let's do selected worksheets. So we'll just click on the remaining 3. Or you can just click on all and click OK. So if we come here, you see that category is already here and it's already in all of them. So we can add, let's say, other dates too. Other dates by year. Click years, click next, select all the years. Okay. Then you can show this filter too. So it shows here, and then we can apply it to the other ones. Okay. So now in the dashboard, another thing we can add is in to this dashboard now is interactivity. That means that, okay, let's say we click on this particular circle here for this customer. If we click on it, we want to be able to see like the corresponding rank of the customer on this other chart here. So to do that now, we will have to go to dashboard, click on action, then click add action, click filter. The source sheet is the sheet that like you're going to click on or hover on. So we want to be able to click on the customer scatter plots and to show on the customer ranking. So we'll select customer ranking. So we change this run action on to select. Oh no, let's use hover. Then the target filter, you select selected fields rather. Then if you click here, so you click add filter, then this drop down that says field, you can now click customer name so that it shows the customer name on the other side. Then click OK. Click OK. So now when we hover on this each circle here, it shows the corresponding rank on the other side. So we can also do that for this side too, so that when we click on each bar, it shows the corresponding attribute on the other side. So it's still the same process. So we can just do dashboard, actions. Okay, let's rename this filter. Let's say filter scatter plot. So you can add another filter. This one, the source sheet will be customer ranking now. Let's name the filter filter ranking. So source sheet will be customer ranking, and the target sheet will be customer scatter plot. And we'll run action on select. So when we select a bar on the customer ranking, it shows on the other side. Click selected fields, add filter, then change the field to customer name, and click OK. Okay. So now when we click on a particular customer, it shows the corresponding side. It shows the corresponding side for the customer scatter plot. You can also click on more than one by pressing Control and clicking on all the ones that you want. Yeah, so that's all.
Sorry, I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is wow. My brain self have been calculating as I've been moving. I need to ask the filter, this thing that is on the bar, that is as you select now, there's a filter this thing at the where the X is here. Like what's the thing called? The tab bar by your right. Yeah. You see that white funnel like looking thing? Yeah. I want to ask, in a situation paraventure, this method you use, it's for custom filters, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Because so that means if we want to create something special like the one you just did, we cannot use this particular one to do it, right? We have to use your own method to do it.
This one that
Yeah,
is
that one. Yeah, that one. But so we have to use your own method to do it, right? And the hover, what does the hover do?
the hover is instead of like actually clicking on it, like when you just run your mouse through it, it changes. But for this one, we did select, so we have to actually select it.
Select it. Okay. Thank you.
And somebody asked a question. When it's posted on the YouTube channel, like it will be put on Telegram, so everybody will know. That's when this video will be posted. Then another thing we can do in this dashboard is we can like annotate like stuff. Like we can annotate this particular bar for this customer. To annotate is just to like add text to it or something. So if you right click on this bar now, you would see annotate. So you can annotate this point. Then you can just add something like um you can say although this customer generated a lot of sales for the company, he also brought in a huge amount of loss. Make it bold and click OK. So it shows here. You can drag it to anywhere you want it to be from there. Here. So it shows like this. So this thing is actually blocking stuff. Just showing you like stuff you can do. You can also like add like add some text like to the beginning of this dashboard. So where it says objects on the left side, you can see you have to make sure it's on tiled first so that it's not floating everywhere. So click tiled, then drag the text to where you want it to be. So put it at the top here. Then for the text, you can just say something like sorry, please. I'm calling. Okay, I'm back. So you can say this dashboard shows the sales ranking of each customer and of each customer. Anything, sure. You can increase the size, make it bold, whatever, and click OK. So it shows here. You can reduce the size of this. Yeah, so you have something like this. So yeah, this is it. Yeah. So for the okay, we can rename the dashboard to customers. Then the next dashboard is going to be for discounted sales and discounted region. So we can put sales here. I'll put region. Okay, so you can also add like interactivity to the worksheets so that when you click on this one now, it shows on the other side too. But if you guys are following, let somebody else do it and show us how they did it. It's basically the same thing as the other one. So who would like to try? like to try, or am I too fast or something? Who wants to try to add the filters? Anybody? Or should I just do it?
Yes, just can just do it.
Okay. So, like the other one, click on dashboard, then actions, then add action, a filter. And say filter sales for the name of this filter.
Sorry, can you copy a filter that you have already done and use it in other places?
I don't know honestly. I really don't.
Okay.
Okay, so you filter the source sheet to be the discounted sales, and the target sheet to be discounted region. So do a select. Choose select for this one. Um, customer names. So add for the other side too. Name this one filter region. The source sheet to be discounted region. Target sheet to be discounted sales. Use hover for this one. And also use customer name. Now when we select this, not showing. I'm coming. Find out this machine. Yes, so I think it's because of the target filter that is not showing. That's this side. Since there's no customer name, so you can use something like region. So you can click on this one and remove it. Then add region instead. This is region. Okay, so to make it work for it's meant to be discounted. So for this one, we have to use state as our target filter, since that's what we have here. And for the other one, we use region. Okay, so that's all. You can also add a title or some text like we did for the other one. Reduce the size. Yeah. Mm. So that's all for the dashboard. You can rename this. So the last thing we have to do for today is to create a story. This this symbol here that looks like a book or something, you click on it to give you this story sheet. So for stories, you can add either dashboards or individual worksheets to your story. Um, so this is the story point I was talking about. This gray box here. So to add another story point, you can click blank here at the left side. So it adds another one, and you can have as many as you need. We're going to make 3. We're going to put two dashboards that we made in. We're going to put each dashboard in one, and then we're going to have an introductory sheet too for the first one. You can also change the size of the story sheet to automatic here. This left side. Change it from fixed size to automatic. So it takes up the whole space. So like I said before, your story should be sequential, like should go from one point to the next point. And basically for stories, like when you present it, you're just going to have to click from this first story point to the next one, then the next one. So to do that, okay, for this second one, this is the first dashboard that we created, this customer's dashboard. So you can just drag it and drop it here. So we'll have something like this. Then we can give it a caption by just double clicking here. You can say customers. So this is for the first story point, or the second one. Then the next one would put the second dashboard that we made. Just drag and drop it here. Okay. Then we can also give a caption. Debit sales. Yeah, so to make the introductory story point, we're going to make a new dashboard. So click here and we'll name this dashboard introduction. Change the size to automatic. Then this text that is here under objects, drag it to the sheet. Then your introductory text can just be anything. You don't even have to have an introductory text. I'll just put it. So you can have some text like this, and in the story you can just drag and drop it here. Or something like this. Change the caption to introduction. Yeah, so that's okay. You can rename the story to be um, so now to present this, you can just put it in presentation mode. Here, click on this, and you start from the first story point, the next one, and then the next one. So that's basically all. So if you want to save like this this workbook that we've used for this practical now, you have to save it to Tableau Public, since that's the version where it's. So you can save it as anything like option. taking so much time. Yeah. I don't know if I see my screen. Can you guys see this page? This part of my screen?
Which part?
Like, are you seeing this? What are you seeing?
Tableau. Tableau pop your dashboard.
So after you shall save it, it will go to this place. It takes you to the website. You might have to log in. So you can always download it from here, open it another time, or continue working from here. So that's how to like save stuff on Tableau.
Sorry, can you share the link to this thing on the group chat so that we also can take a look at it,
The link to what?
to the document, to the dashboard on Tableau.
Oh, okay, yeah. No problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm done now. All we have.
Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Emmanuel? Any question? Mayo? Any question? No question. All right.
What happened to everybody?
I guess they can watch
Most
it from this thing.
most that came late could not come. They could not listen. They texted like, since they came late and they missed half of the distance, they could not
Yeah.
follow again.
And Dandas even said he has problem with his Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi. So, but that's why we'll make sure that the recording gets to them. Chidera, I hope is actually recording,
Yeah.
right?
Should I stop it
all
now?
right.
I can stop it now.
Yeah, you can stop it now.